thank you for coming. Please help yourself to breakfast, not honestly sponsored. Anybody who wants to learn in the base medrash, we have an open base medrash this morning. Interesting, the Torah says, God made the two great luminaries, as Hamor HaGadol, the big one, to rule in the day, and Hamor HaKatan, the small one, to rule at night and the stars. So Rav Shimon ben Pasi in the Gemara Chulin points out that it seems that first God, they created, they're all equal. Then all of a sudden it talks about the big one and the small, means that there is a bigger and a smaller, but first initially it seemed like they're all equal in size. What happened? So the truth was that the sun and moon were both created equal. But what happened is the moon said, Ribono Shel God, is it possible for two kings to share one crown? So God said to the moon, go ahead and diminish yourself. And the moon said, it's not fair, I asked a legitimate question. So God said, well, you can rule in day and by night. And the moon said, it's like putting a lamp in the sunlight, it's worthless in the daytime. So God says, well, the Jews will calculate the days and years by you. And it was on, and the moon didn't seem to be appeased. So God said, Hevu kapara alai, al shemimati esiyareh. He says, bring an atonement for me for making the moon smaller. That's why in the Karban Musaf or Rosh Chodesh, God says, bring an atonement for me for making the moon smaller. That's why on Rosh Chodesh, for example, we bring what's called the Chatos L'Hashem, a sin offering to God because of the situation. So you can argue about the conversation with God and the moon, but there's an important lesson that we're learning from the moon over here. And what God says, bring an atonement for me, He says, even though the moon spoke out of turn, and did that. And basically what the moon said, put the other guy down. The moon wanted to be the king. He didn't want the sun to be the king. He really wanted to put down the other guy. And so God did the right thing by saying, diminish yourself. But Rabbi Dov Eliezer says that the Torah teaches us an important lesson of interpersonal relationships. That if one is the cause of somebody else's loss of stature, his embarrassment, you need atonement. Even if you're right, even if you're 100% justified. This is the lesson. The moon was not correct in what it wanted to do, but God said that here you felt out of place, you felt embarrassed, you felt diminished. So therefore, we bring a kapara for that, and that's an important lesson. And even if we're doing the right thing, if we hurt somebody, if somebody's hurt because of us, or we have to put somebody down, even though it's justified, we're 100% right for doing so. There, we still have to feel sorry for the individual involved. We have to try to appease, and that's the lesson that we learned from the moon and a Chodesh Baruch Hu, that we have to appease those that we ourselves have distressed or harmed, even if we're doing the right thing. An important lesson as we begin a new year. Have a wonderful day.